Welcome back. We are here with 1465, already halfway through this decade. It is wild. In the last one, we had Thomas and Cassandra get married, and they are now pregnant, and also the girls aged up into teenagers, so that's really exciting. They are working on getting ready to find husbands themselves, so that is really exciting. The youngest also aged up into a child. So this year we are having no birthdays whatsoever, but we are having a battle. So I'm nervous. Okay, everything's fine. I had no reason to be nervous all the other times. So the second battle of St. Albans was fought in 1461, but obviously we changed that. The army of the Yorkist faction under the Earl of Warwick attempted to bar the road to London north of the town. The rival Lancastering army used a wide outflanking maneuver to take Warwick by surprise, cut him off from London, and drive his army from the field. The victors also released the feeble King Henry VI, who had been Warwick's prisoner, from his captivity, but they ultimately failed to take advantage of their victory. Whew! That was a long one. So yes, as you remember, I moved some of the events around so that we didn't have to do wars, like 2 wars in 1 year. So anyway, we have a 25% chance of dying and a 1, 5, or a 10 to go to war. So let's start rolling for everybody. We will head over here to Windenburg first. So we are going to roll for... should we roll for Dawn? I'm not sure. Let's roll for Randolph first. So Randolph can't get a 1, 5, or a 10. Also, I don't know. Should we roll for Dawn? Let's just roll for Randolph first. He can't get a 1, 5, or 10. And you know what? Let's do it. Let's roll for Dawn. Let's roll for him. So no 1, 5, or 10. There was no problem there. The Payne household does not have any men. So let's head back to Henford on Bagley. So we're going to head over here. And should I roll for households that are not my household? Anyway, let's roll for Mortimer. He's sort of in our household. He didn't go to war anyway. Let's roll for Thomas the Fourth, and he goes to war. He goes to war. Oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Okay, so he goes to war. Everything is fine. We're going to be okay. Let's start a war household. His wife is pregnant. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're going to send him to war. And then for the rest of the household, we still have Thomas the Elder and Dante. We only had 2 boys out of this whole family. So Thomas is not going to war. Dante is not going to war. So I guess it's just our Thomas. Oh goodness. Also, I think I messed up the events, like which event is which, but whatever. It doesn't matter. So we're just going to pretend like everything is fine. I think that it's supposed to be 4.5 that we're on right now, but I had messed that. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. We won't worry about that right this second. Yeah, I'm not really sure which one it is, but that's okay. We'll figure that out later. We don't need to worry about it right this second. I don't know. I'll just move everything up. I don't know. What am I doing with my life? I guess I'll just move everything up. We'll rename things later. Okay, everything's fine. Thomas, Larkin, and can't get a 3 on a D4 next year, so we'll worry about that then. Anyway, so let's hop into the game and start playing. Okay, so here we are getting into the game. We are going to play our main household. Cassandra is currently pregnant, which is really exciting. I think she's supposed to have her baby today. And like you guys suggested, I did add in some more of the base game townies. I'm trying to remember, oh, I have to look it up now, who recommended the roomies, because that was a really good recommendation. So I did add them in, and then I also added in Summer and Holiday and Liberty Lee, because I felt like they we already used Travis, so it was kind of we might as well use them too. I think it would be nice for the girls to have some friends too, so that is important. Anyway, so we are having Dante talk to his parents here. Dante wants to, actually, he wants to move out, sort of. Like, he wants to take the Odelgard's old house. He wants that to be like his house, even though it's not as luxurious as their main house. He doesn't like that everybody keeps finding him woohooing with people and all of that stuff. So he doesn't want to, he does not want to deal with his parents prying in on his woohoo life. Okay, I found it. Okay, Colin Murphy 360 recommended the roomies. So yes, Colin, absolutely, we're including them. And yeah, so Dante is telling his parents that he wants his own, bachelor pad, even though they're like, you have to marry Nina, because you got caught woohooing her. You have to marry her. And he's like, yeah, but we want our privacy, not like Thomas and Cassandra, who have like one room in this house and they keep coming in and out of it. So Dante is looking for his own space so he can do what he wants without being judged by his family. I'm having the girls drop out of school. It was already a little unrealistic that I was letting the boys go to school, so obviously women would definitely not be allowed to. They would have some sort of governess be teaching them the accomplished skills that they're learning right now, so that's what they're doing, is they're trying to become truly accomplished. Thomas and El Rosaria are chatting about what to do about Dante's request. And I think that they're deciding that maybe if he shows that he's going to like be committed and whatever to Nina, that they'll grant him that wish. So anyway, we're inviting all of the ladies over so we can see our new ladies. I did dress everyone in red just because, they're ladies, so, and even the guys, like the color red is still available because technically the only one who's red, who's a guy who's going to pass that on, is Don right now, and we all know that Don's not, he's not currently married and probably not going to get married. But anyway, so here is Tiffany talking to Summer Holiday. I gave them all their makeovers. I was thinking that, like, as for the Sims, so we're trying to pay attention to, like, their personalities and what we think that their status would be. So I really do feel like Summer would be, like, kind of, pretty wealthy. She would be, that typical girly girl, and definitely be friends and outgoing. And so there's that. And then we have Zoe Patel there, who's chatting too with them. So the three of them are chatting. I feel like they would be really good friends. Meanwhile, Francesca is chatting with Liberty, who's a little bit more, of a nerd. So I think that because Francesca, had all of the mental stuff, like aspiration and stuff, that she would be more interested in talking about topics like science and stuff with Liberty. So I think that they could be good friends. I'm just trying to figure out, like, who would fit together, like what cliques would form. And I do feel like that Francesca and Tiffany would be in different social circles, if that makes sense. Like, Tiffany is just more sociable than Francesca, that's all. Okay, so Dante is back from school, or he should be any second now, because it's past 3 o'clock and nobody is back. So yeah, the ladies are still here. So actually, Dante is going to come and propose to Nina because of their scandal. So he's going to kind of try and show his parents that he's an adult and he can, do whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he is going to propose to Nina, and she, of course, accepts because of the scandal, but also because he's rich and she's having fun and he's having fun. And they both kind of are under the understanding that they're not in a serious relationship. Like, they can both do whatever they want and they don't mind. So there is that, and that's a good way to live for them. They don't mind that. So we are then having the girls go back to trying to become accomplished. El Rosaria is overseeing them and focusing on making sure that they are able to, achieve a good status. Cassandra is pregnant. There she is. Oh my gosh, we're going to have a baby. We're having our new heir today. Very exciting. Hopefully the baby survives. And then I'm going to randomize Tiffany and Francesca's, randomize their chemistry, attractiveness, what is it? Their turn-offs and their turn-ons. So I'm going to randomize those for them so that when we meet the guys next year, we'll be able to see who they're attracted to and who they're not. So that's kind of going to be fun. We're going to go through that again like what we did with the boys, where we're going to introduce them to all of the boys that are available, and we'll see what they think. And we'll see. I mean, the game really decided for us with Thomas, so we'll see if the game decides for us again. Although we know that Francesca is not going to be able to get married. So we're going to have to think about what's going to happen in Francesca's life that she finds herself unable to find a husband despite all of El Rosaria's meddling and teaching. I feel like that could cause a lot of drama. So we'll see. And we are going to just check on that. Okay, she is painting now. And then I was going to try and change up the household to add another room for Thomas and Cassandra, except the problem is that I can't edit it while people are living in it, which is kind of really annoying. Okay, so the baby's being born right now. We're rolling for Cassandra. She lives. We're rolling for the baby. She lives. So it's a little girl. And we are actually going to name her Lavinia. So that will be a fun name for our daughter, Lavinia. Lavinia Larkin has just been born. What a sweet baby. We'll see who she takes after by the end of the year. So here we are, just updating everything. This is so exciting. We have a little girl. Of course we do, right? We always have girls. Everyone else gets to have boys, but we don't. So yeah, I was going to try and change the house so I could add another room for Lavinia, but I guess I can't edit it while we're dealing with, like they're living there. So I'm going to have to later move them out, change that, then move them back in. It's kind of annoying, but oh well. Why won't you let me place this down? Weird. Okay, so now we have 2 easels because both of the girls are working on the painting section of the aspiration. They're actually pretty neck and neck on this. Francesca is doing a good job of learning all these skills. She is good at learning. She just might not be as good at the social aspect. And then also Dante, I don't know if I remember telling you that he has the Villainous Valentine aspiration now. So we're going to do that with him instead of the Master Actor. That just didn't make sense. So Villainous Valentine. And we are going to just have him talking with his mother and all of that. So he is actually going to talk to his mom because he says, Mom, I can't get married. I'm a vampire. Like, I can't get married because I can't, impregnate a woman. She'll die. Like, that's such a horrible thing. Like, I don't want to kill Nina. I love her, blah, blah. He's like making up all these excuses. Of course, El Rosaria is eating it up. And she's like, oh, you're so right. Like, we have to figure this out. And so El Rosaria is at the max level of vampire lore. So she does know how to make the cure. So probably like in her research about vampires and learning how to be one and all of that stuff, and she's a grand master, that she would know how to make the cure. And she's like, don't worry, honey, I'll figure it out for you. And really, Dante just wants the cure mostly because he wants to woohoo whoever he wants without worrying that he's going to kill people. Like, he's not that, like, Dante is not evil. He doesn't want people to die because they are pregnant with his baby. He just wants to woohoo everybody without a care in the world. So that is what he's going to want the cure for. Also, I don't want him to be a vampire, so I feel like a lot of these people who I've turned into vampires don't actually want to be vampires. It's just that Thomas was having a meltdown and turned everyone into vampires, and justifiably so. There was a lot of death in their family at the time, and Thomas obviously still wants everyone to live forever with him and blah, blah, blah. He's not going to be happy when he hears that Dante wants to be cured. Also, I don't think El Rosaria wants to be a vampire either. She'll probably take the cure when she finishes this aspiration, because she wants to be a grandmother to her grandchildren and take care of them and all that stuff. So anyway, Summer has come to visit with Tiffany, but Dante kind of intercepted her to chat with her. He has a whim to become friends with Summer, so I'm like, oh, you know what that means. So he has a whim to be friends with Summer, so we're going to have him get his relationship with her up. Oh my gosh, I already have a sentiment. That's so funny. And I don't know why, even though I turned off the thing where you get events for your landlord events, it's still doing that, but whatever. We have tons of money. We'll just hire people to to handle that. So anyway, we have Dante starting to get a little flirty with Summer. You know, we're not going to have them woohoo or anything right now. Summer is a proper lady, so I think that it would take way more convincing for her to woohoo with anyone. But Tiffany comes over anyway and is like, Dante, leave my friends alone. You're so annoying. She's basically like, don't worry about my brother. He's a player. He's a rake, right? So don't worry about him. So Tiffany kind of comes to intercept, block. So Dante is like, ugh. Anyway, so we are going to have El Rosaria make the cure now. So we are going to have her do that. Let's just get everything we need. Luckily, we can order it all on the computer, just very handy for us. So we are going to order all of that. And now we're going to, I needed to get a few more, so we're going to do that. And then we can make the vampire cure. So let's see where we're going here. And Thomas is going to come over and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, what are you doing? So Thomas is not happy. And Dante's like, Dad, please, like, I want to keep our family line going, just like you wanted our family line. My brother's off at war. What if he dies? Like, and Thomas is just kind of like, I don't like it. He doesn't like it, but Dante's like, you can always turn me back into a vampire later. And Thomas is like, well, I guess that's okay. If you want to have children, I don't want to stop you. So we're going to have Dante be turned back into a human. Yay, Dante. So he is now a human again. I'm really worried about Thomas off at war, to be completely honest. Dante's just going to run around having illegitimate children. We know Dante doesn't want to get married, so I hope that Thomas survives. Everything will be fine. Everything's going to be okay. I worry so much, as you guys have noticed, I worry so much, and then what happens? Nothing happens. Everything is fine. So I'm going to try not to worry. Also, I think that all their young adult birthdays are next year too, aren't they? Something like that. I can't remember. Hold on, let me go check. Okay, so now we have, all their young adult birthdays are next year. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so scary. Okay, so yes, Thomas is going to have 2 scary rolls next year. We'll see what happens there. Okay, so we are now learning the etiquette skill. The girls are learning the etiquette skill. I do want to get them, quote unquote, presented by the end of this year so that next year they can start looking into relationships and stuff. So that is what they're doing here. Whatever they are going to, whatever they're going to get for this year. So whether they make it or not, that's okay. So we are having that go on. Everyone is still just chatting over here, trying to cool off. They are not very happy with each other. I'm just going to leave them be. And, oh, hey, Santa. Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah, we did have a grand meal earlier. Did I say that? You saw it. We had a grand meal earlier for Christmas. So, anyway, we are going to warm up here. And then I also wanted to invite over Dawn. Honestly, if anybody knows how to use the RPO mod to make Sims have, like, 3 ways, that let me know, because I can't figure it out. It keeps telling me that I have to, like, get the sim to agree to expanded woohoo, but how do I do that? Because I keep looking for it in the menu and it's not anywhere. So I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. It's not showing up as something I can ask them. Maybe it's like a setting. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, maybe it's like a setting for each individual sim that I have to set. I don't know, but moving on, him and Dante are doing their thing. They're having a good time. They are definitely enjoying themselves, just like he is enjoying himself with everybody. Although it's really just Nina and Dawn that he's with right now, and I want them all 3 to be together, but it's not really working with the mod for some reason. But I'm not super familiar with the mod. I tried to Google it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to try so hard that it's going to cause me grief. So anyway, we are having everyone over. The ladies are over again, the last ladies event of this year, just so that the girls are, pretty meshed in with the ladies of society. So so Tiffany has a whim to be friends with Cassandra, which I think is really nice. So the difference too is like when I'm following their whims, like Francesca doesn't really get whims to be friends with people. She doesn't really want to be close with other family members and stuff. Like she just doesn't get those whims. And so I am going to fulfill Tiffany's when she wants them. But Francesca is not like that. She's not as social. And so El Rosario is going to kind of pull her aside and be like, why are you just standing in the corner? You have to participate. Like you have to make friends with these ladies. It's going to help you. Lady Whistledown is talking about how Dante and Nina got engaged now after the scandal. But yes, so El Rosario is not happy with Francesca. They have a difficult relationship because El Rosario is pushing her too hard. She's pushing her to be something she's not. And Francesca just really resents that, and also kind of resents that she's mad at herself too. Like she's mad at her mom for trying to push her into this mold, but she's also mad at herself for not being the way that she feels like she's supposed to be in society. So that is tough. Anyway, my game totally thinks it's the wrong time, so I don't know what's going on with that. We're going to do something else in the meantime. So we are going to fix the unit now. So we'll see if we can't do that together. Yeah, you can see that the game is having trouble catching up with itself. Like it thinks they're at school, but it's the middle of the night, and that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So we are going to head back to Manage Worlds so that we can... yes, so we can do this. So let's try this out. We're learning together how to use this new pack, you and I. And this is taking forever to load. So there is that as well. Okay, so we are going to try this. I was going to try it at first like this, but it didn't work. You have to move them out first. So you have to move them out before you can... what's it called? Change anything about it. So there's that. Let's move Cassandra and Lavinia out so that we can now try to go into the house so we can change it. So what I'm thinking is I actually might leave the bottom room open for Thomas and El Rosario, just so that, that can be like the master suite. And then, because I figured Thomas and Cassandra would want to be in a room near their baby. So I'm going to make these two rooms now for Thomas and Cassandra, and we'll make this room available for the baby. So that'll be good. And we are going to just do that and change that. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So now let's move them back in so that they can be a part of it. And now we will head back into the family. Okay, hopefully the time is right now. So that'll be good. Okay, I don't know if you heard that. The dog is making weird noises. Okay, so we are in good shape there. Now we're back home, and we can now assign this room to Thomas and El Rosario, so that's good for them. And then we will create a new unit here just for Dante for the end of the year when he moves out. We will be playing with Dante, we're still going to be playing with Dante and Thomas, but I'm just trying to get the girls married first. So once the girls are married, we'll be playing more and more with Dante and Thomas. I think that they might move out together and have not a duplex or something, because that didn't really exist at the time, but we'll find out what a good equivalent would be and do something like that. So she is going to work on they're both going to work on the etiquette skills so that they can present themselves as, marriageable ladies. So that is really good. Everyone is just standing around. Okay, just assigning the bed again because for some reason that didn't work. Everyone's cold because it's winter. Honestly, winter is the most annoying season in this game. Everyone's so cold all the time. Okay. And now, oh, look, they're studying together. How sweet is that? I really love that they're so close. I might ruin that, but I love that they're so close right now. I just don't know if, like, Francesca would get resentful that Tiffany is, like, the ideal daughter to her mother as her and her mother's relationship deteriorates. I feel like that might hurt their relationship. But, okay, so everyone is doing pretty good. Also, we have Madalena working on the artistic prodigy aspiration. She's going to complete that. And, so there is that. She's doing a really good job here. She's going to complete that shortly. The girls are doing this, and we are good. So I think they're both going to get to level 5 of the etiquette skill, so that is pretty excellent. And they are going to be having a good time. And they are both going to be, marriageable young ladies. So that will be really fun for them. Okay, so you draw your pictures. For some reason, it won't let me cue that up, so we'll just try and remember. But that's okay. Yes, all right. So there we are. And writing letters. We're writing letters. Okay, so it looks like actually Francesca got to the highest level of the etiquette skill before Tiffany did. So that's really interesting. Tiffany also has a lot of feelings about being illegitimate. Poor Tiffany. So yeah, we are going to just cue all this up, write some letters, achieve level 5. Yeah, and then they're both going to be, quite sought after for their skills and everything. So they're in good shape, both of the girls. And that'll be that. So we'll just have them send some letters to their friends and have a good time. So yep, she got to level 5. And yeah, okay. Also, so I think Francesca will finish the aspiration first because she already has a high level of logic skill, whereas Tiffany does not. So there is that. We'll have her read something, send her off. It, of course, did not work the first time, which I think is because she was reading at the time or so. I don't really know why. But anyway, so we're just going to send those letters. We'll send her out to do the thing, and she has like a fear of disappointing her parents. I think that she just really is trying hard to make up for the fact that she's illegitimate. Like, although I wonder if the new people in town don't really know about her circumstances. It's been so long since Odelgard died that I feel like that's like old news. So maybe some of the new people don't know. I mean, she is technically legitimate now. Like, Thomas took ownership of her ownership. I mean, I guess, yeah, back then it was ownership, but you know what I mean? Like, he took accountability of his daughter and, brought her into the family registry and everything. So technically she is legitimate, but I mean, I'm sure it would still be a bit of drama that, she's not, the child of Thomas and Elrisaria. But maybe the new people don't know that. Maybe they could find out. Just saying. Okay, so Tiffany is going to come in here. She's going to tell her parents that she did a really good job. Let them know that she is really happy and that she was really successful in, presenting herself, even though that's not really what that was back then, but that's just what we're going to say for now. So yes, Tiffany was successful. Francesca was also successful. She's going to come and tell her parents that she also was successful, and her mother is going to be super happy about it. She's going to be very happy that Francesca was successful. Although Francesca has got a whim now to become enemies with Elrisaria. Can you believe that? She wants to be enemies with her mother. So that is going to be wild, something that we're going to follow through on. So yeah, we are going to now head back. Why is my game so laggy? Like, look at all the things that are happening that need to happen. Anyway, so moving on, we are going to also do a makeover for our little Lavinia. So here she is, our baby. She is so cute. She actually, okay, so she has Cassandra's like skin color and hair color, but I think she's got Thomas's head, like the wide head. I think she's got Thomas's head. So yeah, there she is, our first baby. She looks so much like a goth, of course. I think just her eye color is different. But yes, so those goth genes are strong. So here she is, our little girl. And then we are going to just move Dante into his own space so that he can have his own, his own space. And then we'll update this. There she is. Oh, she's so cute. I love her. So now we're going to put that Dante is engaged to Nina. I don't think they're going to get married, so that's why I was just like, okay, we'll put the engagement here. And then we'll head to Dante's new pad in just a second. We just need to have him move out, but I needed to give him his estate. We needed to give him his estate so that he could have the money. So he's in charge of his own estate now. He's gonna get married. He's got to do all this stuff. So anyway, we are going to give him some money and move him out. And so we are going to move him into this section. And so we are going to just head over to him for a few minutes. I thought it might be fun to play him for just like a few sim hours. It's the last day of the year. We have some time. Also, I want Dina to have her baby, so I'm going to cue that up so that we can see it. And we are going to just get in with Nina. So Nina and him are going to woohoo. Who knows if she got pregnant? We don't know. I didn't check, to be honest. So I don't know if this got her pregnant, but she's having a good time. So we're just going to make it so that Dina is getting her baby, having her baby right now. We're going to invite over Dawn too. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure it out, but it doesn't even count as cheating for some reason. So I don't know what's up with that. Like, I'm trying to do part of this aspiration. It's not really working. Oh my gosh, Dawn doesn't even like us anymore. I think Dawn is feeling a little awkward in front of Nina. Maybe John is mad that we are engaged to Nina now. Maybe he doesn't like that. Anyway, so that's where we're going to wrap up. So Dina does have her baby. Her and the baby survive. We have Randolph the second land grab now, finally. We get her pregnant again, and that'll be that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to start the girls with meeting, the eligible bachelors in the next part. So that's going to be really fun. I hope Thomas survives or I'm going to cry, and I'll catch you in the next one.